Salam, good morning everyone. I want to thank Brian, Eric, Reverend Zundel, Reverend Rowe, organizers, and also our Honorable Congressman Andy Levin, and my friend and brother, Reverend Flower, and everyone to be part of this wonderful interfaith anti-war gathering this morning. It was almost 3 weeks ago that we woke up and we learned that the planes in the air and the missiles ready to launch, and the target was Islamic Republic of Iran. But 10 minutes later, the president changed his mind, and we thank God for that change. I'm an Iranian American living in this blessed and beautiful country for almost 27 years. Started my interfaith journey from Iran. We have a deep diversity of faith and religious diversity also over there. You may know that there are over 300 churches in Iran, different Christian denominations, and over 92 synagogues in different Iranian cities. Amazingly, both the Iranian Revolution and American Revolution shared so many similar values, especially freedom, independence, life, liberty, and human equality and dignity. Probably you heard that after the terrorist tragedy of 9/11, Iranians were the first nation to hold a candle vigil to honor the victims and express sympathy with the families of 9/11 victims, something that the State Department at that time appreciated and said, we Americans never forget that. The role of Iranian fighting against ISIS and Al-Qaeda in Iran, where the parliament was targeted by the ISIS, and also in Iraq and Syria, was tremendous contribution to defeat of those terrorist entities. Sometimes you see some frustration in Iranian demonstrations, but there are reasons. They remember the coup d'etat of 1953 against their democratic government by CIA at that time. The support of the US administration during the Iran-Iraq war, supporting Saddam Hussein for almost 8 years, and also the Flight 655 in July of 1988, when 290 passengers were killed by a missile from American Navy, and also support for Mujahideen Khalq, that is an organization killed thousands of Iranians from leadership and both ordinary people. So still the Iranians, they love Americans as a nation, and they would like to see this negotiation, dialogue, and diplomacy. If that is something that President Trump is honest and serious about that, then he should stop trying, undoing everything was done by President Obama during his White House administration, and start respecting the breathtaking efforts of Dr. Zarif and John Kerry's hard work and their team that brought about the nuclear deal. So to destroy that deal was wrong, was irresponsible, was shameful. It was an obvious violation of the international signature and disrespect for our system signature on that agreement that caused this destruction. As a matter of fact, brought more isolation for the administration and moved Iran closer to Russia and China. Worse than that, the unjust sanction and economic war that John Bolton called it, the purpose of that in his expression was to squeeze Iranians. And Giuliani said the purpose is to overthrow the government over there. Obviously, that is not a way to win people's hearts and minds. And that is a wrong approach. President Trump repeatedly says that he is a successful businessman. And if he is, Iranian population over 80 million, 82 million population, that is a great market and an area of economic investigation. A smart businessman wouldn't just stay away from that opportunity. Iranians don't deserve this sanction. If anyone in the Middle East deserves that sanction, the answer is from Agnes Callamard, this great, courageous lady who led the United Nations investigation about the story of smoking Saab regarding Khashoggi. And she came to this conclusion that Ben Salman is the one who deserves this sanction, the murder of thousands of innocent people in Yemen. Interestingly, President Trump, before his presidency, he called Saudi Arabia the founder of world terrorism. Now, if he is talking about negotiation, the first step is to go back to the deal. The second step would be to remove this oppressive sanction whose target are Iranian people. They suffer. And number three, to silence the war hawks around him in the White House and don't listen to certain individuals in the Middle East who advocate for war. I know that Mr. Netanyahu, he said that he convinced Trump to exit from the deal, and in recent Warsaw conference, Netanyahu said that the idea and the purpose of that conference was to advance our interest in war with Iran. Well, if Kim Jong-un, in the idea, in the eyes of President Trump, is a great leader, and if Taliban, who are negotiating in Doha with US representatives, but at the same time are killing innocent Afghani on the streets of Kabul, if they deserve this negotiation, and President Trump, with total humbleness, meets with the leader of North Korea, then there should be an honest intention in negotiation with the Iranians. Those who push for war and continue shopping for war, they try to see the American blood, American money, American time, and American tax money used for a movie that they would like to watch and just have their popcorn and a cinema where the American soldiers are sinking in an unnecessary, unneeded, and unended war. That is absolutely stupid. So if the president means to negotiate, he should change his language. Choose a language of peace, honesty, respect, and humbleness, not the language and tone of greed and stubbornness, anger, arrogance, ego, and my way or highway. That should be changed. Benjamin Franklin, one of our great founding fathers, said something so wise. He said, life tragedy is we get old too soon, but get wise too late. If there is any wisdom after the experience of Vietnam, Iraq, Libya, and now Yemen, then the wisdom is the best way out of this mess, this confusion, this chaos that cause casualties all over the world. The lesson of wisdom is something that we learn from Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and is represented in this wonderful gathering of interfaith leaders in this blessing church this afternoon. Now I would like to invite my very beloved brother and friend, Dr. Reverend Kenneth Flowers, to continue. Thank you.
Thank you to my beloved friend and brother, Imam Elahi, as well as our host